There are a lot of people that are hating this new Tiana's Bayou Adventure ride, but you know what? There are some that actually like it. Now I have a small sample size to say that there are more that like it than dislike it. In this video, we're going to look at some of the reasons why people dislike the ride, and we also have some insight into the ride because we've actually ridden the ride. So please join me in this video and let's take a closer look at it. People have some legitimate reasons of why they don't like the ride. I would kind of like to look at that a little closer. The number one issue I see with Tiana's Bayou Adventure is that it's not Splash Mountain. And I think that's the main reason of the negativity towards it. I don't probably care what they did with the ride. If it was the greatest thing ever, people still wouldn't like it. Let's go look at some of these reviews because I want to point some of these things out, but I'm going to keep it kind of clean because there's some really nasty things people are saying about this ride. The whole thing about Splash Mountain and why it was changed, a lot of people don't agree with it. And I can't really say I agree with it either, but it is what it is and it has changed. But I like this one comment from this one man. I really like it and I want to read it to you. The thing is, as a black man, I've had people tell me I should find a fence with Song of the South and Splash Mountain. The hilarious part is, those same people are the only ones complaining and yet are removing James Basket's contributions of him being the first black man to win an Oscar. There is a lot of controversy over that in itself. And I'm not really here to start that argument. I just liked what he had to say. But I would also like to look at some other comments of why there are some reasons why people aren't liking this ride. This person here said, I will never ride this terrible attraction that I will not even name. I will always miss Splash Mountain. And Splash Mountain to me and my family meant a whole lot. I have so many memories with that. We have a picture of each one of our kids going down that ride, going down that big drop for the first time, and it's great memories. It's one of my childhood memories that I remember of being on this wonderful ride. And it's hard to see it go by. When we went on it our one last time, it was actually really sad to know that this was the last time we were going to go on this phenomenal ride that we've loved for years. So I understand the pain that some people have. You know, people just aren't happy that Splash Mountain has been replaced. This person says, this whole ride feels like a Disney Junior episode rather than an emotional thrill ride with an actual good story. You know, with the ride itself, this person says, this looks so boring. They could have at least kept Tiana looking like a princess, couldn't they? You know, and I think people are just going to have a problem with the whole ride because it's a new thing, right? And with her not actually being a princess, she's kind of, you know, dressed in a way that people I guess, approve of. But, you know, people are going to complain about whatever. It doesn't matter what she looks like. They're going to complain no matter what. This person's talking about their kids. It says, I let my kids watch the video from X or Twitter. She put Tweeter, but the first kid, why didn't they follow the movie? What's the ride even about? Second kid, where's the evil? This is boring. Both kids are between 7 and 10. I watched it twice and I really couldn't understand what the ride is all about. Now I'll have to say the ride probably doesn't have the most exciting storyline to it. Disney tried to create their own story. They've done this before with Star Wars, right? There's a lot of people that don't like that Disney started their own story with Galaxy's Edge. But you know what? Galaxy's Edge is still really popular, and I actually really like it. But they're doing the same thing here with Tiana's Bayou Adventure. They're just creating their own story. They're creating the story after the movie, you know, when her story is already established. And I'll go ahead and read to you what Disney says about what the storyline is. Dreams come true in the Bayou. Join Princess Tiana and jazz-loving alligator Louis on their journey through a shimmering bayou as they prepare for a spirited celebration during Mardi Gras season. Along the way, you'll see familiar faces and make new friends as you're brought into the next chapter of Tiana's inspiring story. I don't think people are too excited about the story. My wife even mentioned when she went on the ride and gave her review afterwards, she actually did really like the ride.
Hey, the ride was amazing.
But she also said to me that I didn't really understand the story, what was going on. So I had to explain it to her because I knew a little bit more than going onto the ride. I kind of studied into it a little bit to kind of understand what we were getting ourselves into. But even she was like, I don't quite understand what the ride was even about. She says, where was the conflict? And I guess the conflict is that she just needed someone, she needed some band members, so they went out to Bayou to find it. I know, maybe that's a little weak. But yeah, not a whole lot of drama to the ride itself. So I get that. Maybe the storyline isn't great. What I really liked about the ride, the animatronics were phenomenal.
And Remember, this party wouldn't be what it is without you. Bye.
I've heard some people say that the animatronics are a lot less in this one than there were in Splash Mountain. And yeah, I get that. But these animatronics actually were phenomenal. They did a really good job. I didn't really get bored going through the ride. I thought it was entertaining enough. I liked the music. The music was fun. So we're a small channel. We're not a big channel, you know, focused on Disney. We're small, we're kind of new. And, you know, we did a review on this and we put a video out. And we got more likes than we got dislikes on our video. And because on the thumbnail I put, is it good or bad? It goes to show you that there are people that do like the ride and do like what they see. Not everybody's gone on it yet because it's still in the previews for the cast members. But I really do think that a lot of people are going to enjoy this ride. There'll always be people that don't like it. That's just how it's going to be. That's just how life is, really. But there's a part of me that just misses Splash Mountain too. I love Splash Mountain and I wish I could ride it, but I guess I still can. I just have to go to Tokyo. If you want to ride Splash Mountain, you just got to go to Tokyo because it's still there, Tokyo Disneyland. The ride itself is still the same. You're sitting in a log and you're riding down water. If you want to just ride the ride, close your eyes, plug your ears, and it's the same ride. What I really like about it is that it's a long ride. I've heard people say that they're never going to ride this ride. This ride's going to flop. It's going to not do well. I can almost guarantee you that ride's going to be busy. You know, people say that about a lot of rides, but I believe this ride will be busy. It'll have a lot of people wanting to ride it, wanting to see it. And to be honest with you, I don't think it's a bad ride. I think it's actually a good ride. Maybe the storyline could be better. Yeah, I will agree with people on that one. The storyline could be better. And I do miss Splash Mountain. I love Splash Mountain. Probably one of my favorite rides ever. But what's been done has been done. And there's nothing I can do about it. I guess the only thing that we really can do about it is just not go on Tiana's. But that's not going to happen. I'm going to enjoy my life and I'm going to let things pass. You know, if I don't like something, you know, I might get upset for a little while, but then it's over. I'm happy to see new things. I'm happy to see Tiana's. Best of both worlds, I'd love to have both rides. I would love to have kept Splash Mountain, but I would also love to see a Tiana's ride. You know, in all reality, I see everybody's frustrations. I know this is a hard thing for a lot of people, but really, it's only a ride at Disney World. It's not it's not everything. We have much more important things to be worried about in life than if a ride is good or bad. That's just kind of the way I look at it. It's not that big of a deal. It's just a ride. Well, y'all, that's my 2 cents about it. I appreciate you watching this video, and I hope to see you on the next one. Have a good one.